call Joseph Rabbitt to the stand.
Good morning, sir. You stop right here, raise your right hand first.
I did.
Stop, please.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Morning, Your Honor.
Let me just have one moment.
Sure, sure.
Oh, it's in one of the, it's in the, see the one with the, yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you please tell the jury your first and last name?
Lieutenant Joseph Rabbitt, R-A-B-B-I-T-T.
And where do you work?
The Massachusetts State Police, currently assigned to the Cybercrime Unit.
How long have you been with the state police?
Since March of 2012.
And I'm going to draw your attention back to January of 2023. What was your assignment then?
I was a trooper assigned to the State Police Detective Unit for Plymouth County.
And do you recall how long you were a detective or trooper assigned to the detective unit in Plymouth County, approximately?
From February of 2017 to September of 2024.
I'm going to draw your attention to January 24th of 2023. Do you recall being involved in an investigation in the town of Duxbury that day?
I do, yes.
And do you recall where you went in Duxbury or where the investigation was unfolding out of?
I first went to Jordan Hospital, or Beth Israel Deaconess, Plymouth.
Okay, and so you didn't initially go to 47 Summer Street, correct?
Correct.
Fair to say you weren't the case officer in this case?
That is correct.
And your experience working with the detectives unit, fair to say when an investigation or a death investigation is ongoing, kind of it's all hands on deck and everyone's kind of directed to do different things, correct?
That is correct.
And so in this circumstance, you were asked to go to the Beth Israel Deaconess or the old Jordan Hospital here in Plymouth, correct?
Correct.
Why did you get asked to go there?
Because 3 children have been transported there.
And so were you assigned to just go and check in on the status of the kids and what was going on at that hospital?
Checking on the status and have any potential victims documented by crime scene services.
Okay. And so while you were at the hospital, you did have the occasion to speak with Patrick Clancy, correct?
I did, yes.
Okay. And after you left the hospital, did you go to 47 Summer Street in Duxbury?
I did, yes.
And are you aware that other members in your unit had obtained a search warrant for that home?
I was, yes.
And so when you arrived at 47 Summer Street, were you there to assist with the execution of the warrant?
I was, yes.
And part of the warrant execution, is it fair to say that everyone's kind of asked to look at particular areas and search for potential evidence related to the offense?
That is correct.
Fair to say this search warrant was executed shortly after the incident occurred?
Fair to say, yes.
And so did you and other investigators have limited information about what had happened?
Yes.
At the home, were you in the kitchen area assisting with the search?
I was, yes.
And I'll show you what's already been marked. Exhibit 144, if you could look at the screen. Are you familiar with that photograph or what's depicted in that photograph?
I am, yes.
And is that the kitchen area at 47 Summer Street?
It is, yes.
There on the early morning hours, I would say, of January 25th.
I was, yes.
And so, fair to say, you made observations while you're there, right?
Correct.
And what was an observation that you noted to other investigators in that kitchen area on the island?
A CVS bag.
Okay. I'm just going to show you exhibit number 40. That's a little bit of a closer view of the bag, correct?
That is correct.
And how about this larger paper bag? Did you observe that as well?
I did, yes.
And I'm going to just approach you with what's been already marked as exhibit 31. Is that also familiar to you?
It is, yes.
Is a receipt that was with that bag?
Correct.
And fair to say all of these things, the CVS bag, the receipt, were noted and certain things were collected, including the receipt, exhibit 31, and the CVS bag.
Correct.
Do you recall what was inside the CVS bag?
I believe it was a bottle of Pedialyx.
You also observed other areas of the kitchen, correct?
Correct.
And so there was a particular cabinet in the kitchen. Did you open a cabinet and discover something that stood out to you?
I did, yes.
And what was the cabinet and what stood out?
An upper kitchen cabinet with medication bottles.
Okay. And fair to say that was pointed out and documented as well.
It was, yes.
If I may approach.
You may.
First photograph, is that familiar to you?
It is, yes.
And that's the cabinet that you opened and saw the items inside?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm just going to show you a second photograph. And is that fair to say just a closer of those top shelves?
It is, yes.
And what particularly stood out to you about the medication in the cabinet? Is it the spices or the generic medications or something else?
The prescription medications.
I would move to admit these as the next two exhibits.
All right. They may be admitted.
It's like 52 and like 53. So just showing you now on the screen. Exhibit 152, and that's just the cabinet open, and there's looks to be like an air fryer below it, correct?
Correct.
And now showing you 153, which has those top two shelves, and it's the very top shelf has the prescription bottles, correct?
Correct.
What did you do with the prescription bottles?
I placed them on the island and notified other members that were searching so they could be photographed by crime scene services.
So I'm just going to show you another photograph. Is that fair as to you placing those bottles on the island?
It is, yes.
I'm going to move to this as the next exhibit.
All right. It may be admitted.
Exhibit 154. And how many bottles were there?
There were 4.
I'll approach you with a bag. Take a look at what's in the bag. Do those appear to be the 4 bottles that were in the cabinet?
They do, yes.
I would move to admit this is the next exhibit.
They may be admitted.
Exhibit 155.
Thank you.
then pulling these 4 bottles out of the cabinet, lining them up on the counter, and asking crime scene to photograph them. Did you do anything further with these pills, as far as inventorying them or examining them?
I did not, no.
And when a search warrant is executed, fair to say there's usually an evidence officer who kind of documents everything and collects everything to take back either to the crime lab or to the state police office.
That's correct.
Now, in addition to assisting with the execution of the warrant on January 20, the early morning hours of January 25th, were you asked to do something else on this case on February 6th of 2023?
I was, yes.
And on that day, did somebody come into the state police office at the district attorney's office with some information or evidence?
They did, yes.
Who was that came in?
Mr. Patrick Clancy.
And was he with an attorney, somebody by the name of David Meyer?
Yes.
And what did they bring to the state police?
Bottles of medication.
How was it transported to the state police, or how did you receive it?
In a CVS bag.
Okay. I'm just going to show you a photograph. Is that familiar to you?
It is, yes.
And is this fair as to the bag that was provided to you on February 6th?
Yes.
That may be admitted.
When Mr. Clancy and Attorney Meyer brought that bag in, did you do something or ask somebody to do something to memorialize what they were bringing to you?
Yes, I asked crime scene services to digitally document them.
And so the photograph I just showed you of the bag, that was done by a trooper from Crime Scene Services that came to the office?
Yes.
Do you recall who that was?
I believe it was Trooper Rostoffers.
And fair to say that with the crime scene trooper present, you also examined the other contents in the bag, correct?
That is correct.
And there was a blank greeting card, some paperwork, and a kind of insert for CVS. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Just showing you one more photo. Is that the other items that were in the bag other than the medication bottles?
That is correct.
That may be admitted.
And again, as to the medications in that bag, when you saw that there were prescription bottles there, did you present them so that they could all be documented?
Yes.
And did you then inventory or examine each of the bottles?
I did, yes.
And is it fair to say that Patrick Clancy had indicated that the bag was in his truck and that he was bringing them to the state police as a result of everything that occurred on January 24th?
I can't recall where he said he got them from, but that is why he was bringing them in.
Okay. And I'm just going to approach with what's previously been marked as exhibit number 2. You want to take a look at that before we go through it. Does that appear to represent all the bottles that were provided to you on February 6th?
It does.
And that's 9, correct?
Correct.
Now, just as far as each bottle, just give me 1 moment. So when you are tasked with tracking or inventorying particular items like this that come in, what do you do?
Count out how many capsules or tablets are in there, the date that it was filled, and the amount left in the bottle, and the amounts that it said should have been there when filled.
Okay, and so referring first to this bottle that's labeled lorazepam, 1 milligram, fair to say it says date filled 10/26/22, correct?
Correct.
And it says that originally it was filled with 30, quantity 30.
Correct.
And you counted what was left in this particular bottle, and there were only 14 pills left in that bottle, correct?
Correct.
And so the next one, the bottle labeled Sertraline, brand name Zoloft, filled on 9/15/22, quantity 30. Did you count how many pills were left in this bottle?
I did, yes.
And fair to say there's 23 left.
Correct.
Now, buspirone, there were in fact 2 bottles labeled buspirone, correct?
That is correct.
And one of them with a date of 10/26/22, date filled, quantity 30. You counted how many pills are in this bottle, right?
Correct.
And there were 28 pills left in this bottle.
That is correct.
Hydroxyzine, filled on 10/26/22, quantity 30. You counted how many pills were in this?
That is correct.
And fair to say there were 27 left in that bottle.
Correct.
Clonazepam, filled on 11/25/22 with 14 pills in the prescription. You counted how many were in this bottle?
Correct.
And there were actually 11 and a half, correct?
That is correct.
Fluoxetine, filled on 11/21/22 with 56 in the prescription. You counted how many were left in this bottle?
I did, yes.
And there were 43.
Correct.
Correct. The second bottle of lorazepam that was 0.5 milligrams, filled on 11/2/22 with, it says 40 on the bottle, right?
Correct.
You counted what was left in this bottle, and it was 18 and a half tablets.
That is correct.
And the second bottle of buspirone, filled on 11/9/22, quantity 30, there were actually 30 in this bottle. Is that fair to say?
Correct, yes.
And trazodone, filled on November 16th, 2022, with a prescription for 30. You counted that there were 22.5 pills left in this bottle. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then once you identified and counted each and every one of the pills in these bottles, you handed this in for evidence.
That is correct. Thank you.
All right, Cross, counsel?
On the pills that you just counted, or you went through the bottles that you seized, first of all, there's no doubt that you guys were executing a search warrant, right?
That is correct.
And to have a search warrant, you have to have a reason to seize something from a citizen's person or their home, right?
That is correct.
If they're probable cause is what it's called, right?
Correct.
And then you have to itemize what you want to have the authority to seize, right?
Correct.
So I take it that when people went in executing the search warrant, that you had authority to seize the medical pill bottles that we've just gone through.
Correct.
And that was set forth right in where it says you're therefore commanded, one of the things that you're entitled to seize would be prescription medication, right?
Correct.
And that would be on January 25 of 13 that this affidavit was submitted to the clerk in this court, right?
Correct.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, warrant was issued on January 25, right?
I didn't write it, but that sounds about right. That sounds right.
All right, but do you recall what time you went into the home, the Clancy home, to execute the warrant or serve the warrant?
Is very early morning hours, yes.
All right. So early morning hours, you're in there to look for, and among other things like computers and things, seize any medication bottles that you saw.
Correct.
So it's not that it's a random search that some police officer just happened to grab bottles that he or she saw. There was a specific intent to seize prescription medication, correct?
It was on the affidavit, yes.
And that's what you all did when you went in to try to execute the warrant and seize the items, right?
I mean, for myself, what I found in the kitchen is what I seized, yes.
So were you the officer in charge of the warrant execution?
I was not, no.
Okay. Did you leave the kitchen and go elsewhere?
I did, yes.
And where did you go?
I believe I went to one of the children's bedrooms because somebody informed me there was a Nest camera in there.
A camera?
Yes.
Okay. Did you go anywhere else, if you recall?
Not that I can recall.
Did you go in the master bedroom?
I can't recall if I did.
Do you recall whether or not anybody in your presence or anybody went into a drawer, a nightstand, and looked in the drawer and saw an Apple Watch, a bunch of pills, things to use to assist your sleeping, things of that nature? Do you remember anybody doing that?
I don't know if anybody did or not.
And there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prescription bottles that were seized. Have you ever seen these?
I have not, no.
So you went through the pill count on the bottles for the district attorney, and you did that when you did inventory, apparently, of these pill bottles that you already talked about, right? For the DA, she asked you to look and tell us how many pills were missing, right?
I did that for the ones that were turned in.
Right. And nobody ever looked at these bottles, right?
I don't know if they have or not.
If I understand correctly, lorazepam, as counsel asked you, the dates that these scripts were written, the lorazepam, as you indicated, was October 26. The buspirone was the same date, October 26. The hydroxyzine was October 27th. Clonazepam was into November 25. Fluoxetine was November. Lorazepam was the beginning of November, November 2nd. Buspirone. These were all pills that were issued on prescriptions in about a 3-week period of time. Is that correct?
Yeah, whatever the dates are when they would have been
Okay.
prescribed.
Would you say that Patrick Clancy was very cooperative with your investigation? Anything you needed, he was pretty much there to try to help you out?
I mean, I think I only dealt with him at the hospital, but he was very forthcoming.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have, sir.
Commonwealth?
Nothing further, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor.